Hi, and welcome to Yaz.life. So the question today is, are you really 100% in control of the decisions you make? Decisions like what? The career that you're currently in, the job that you have. Do you like your job or do you not like your job? If you don't like your job, why are you still in it? The way you spend your money, are you happy with the money you spend? Do you have enough money to do the things that you would like to do? And if you're not happy, then why are you still doing what you're doing? Do you have friends that you like? And do you have some friends that you really don't? Well, why are you still friends with them? Why is it that you still hang out with them? Home. Where do you live? What kind of home do you live in? Yes, you might say, well, that's because of my finances, but then we've just mentioned those. Why am I spending the way I am if I have a big goal that I would like to achieve, but yet I'm still not able to do that? Partner. A girlfriend, a boyfriend, a husband, a wife. Do you love them truly? Is it the love that you had always dreamed of? Do you even like them? Do you love them? And if you do, why do you love them? If you don't like them, you may love them. If you don't like them most of the time, why do you not like them? What is it that you do not like about them? And why are you still with them? So you see, these kinds of decisions are the ones that I'm asking, or I'm here to prove, should I say, that you really actually not 100% in control of. Because, if you was, you wouldn't be in them right now. If you was, you wouldn't be doing whatever it is that you are not comfortable doing. Proof in itself. Okay, well, you might ask, why is this important? Everything in your internal and external environment, meaning everything that you think and feel and everything that's happening outside of you, is only but a symptom, an outcome of the decisions that you've made up until today. So if you're not truly content with you and the way that your life is, then you need to identify what's the root cause of these decisions. Where are they coming from? Because obviously the symptom, the outcome, my external environment, my internal environment is not how I would like it. And that's why something like this is really important for you to start to understand. It's like having a washing machine that's leaking that you need to fix because there are no plumbers out there on the planet of the earth. Well, you've got to get to the root cause of where the leak is coming from, otherwise you will never ever be able to fix it. You may clean up and mop up after this washing machine of yours, and you may be wiping away soap suds for the rest of your life, but you'll never actually get to the bottom of where's this leak coming from in order for me to do something about it. The same comes with decisions, actions, behaviors, and emotions that we have that we're really not comfortable with or we're not able to manage. So what I will be able to do is to prove to you that you are not 100% in control of the decisions that you make, and I will do this by giving you a number of facts and explaining the processes of how our mind actually works, what the makeup of our psyche actually is, and then you can see how much of this do I have absolute influence over. I can also show you how to begin to make the changes that you need in order to take back some of this control in your life. And by doing so, start to feel more comfortable, more content, and truly happy with not only your external environment, which is everything outside of you, but also your internal environment. Your internal environment actually is far more important than your external, because your internal is why the external looks the way it does. Okay, now obviously we will break this down and go into a bit more detail, and there are always some aspects that may not fit into this, but we will go into that. Now, in order for you to behave in the ways that you would like to, so for example, to be more assertive, to be more genuine, and take down that social mask that you wear in society, the one that you wear at work, the one that you wear around friends, around your colleagues, and other situations or experiences that you're in, that actually stop you from being able to be you. And these aspects that we're going to run through will start to give you some idea of how you can make those changes. So in today's video, I'm only going to cover the basics. Why? Because if I covered most theories and angles and perceptions out there, we would probably have a 2-day long video, which, as much as I would love to do, I know for a fact you're not going to watch from beginning to end, and then that's going to really mess up my YouTube stats. And so it's really no good for the direction I would like to take in supporting others. So I'm just going to cover the bare essentials. Now, there are lots and lots of psychological perspectives out there, okay? And there's greatly polarized. Very polarized in theory, very polarized in the views and the perceptions that they take. So it's really important for you to not become way too logical about this, because if you are, you will intellectually and rationally go out there and start Googling everything and then get flipping confused. Why? Because that's exactly what happened to me every time I tried to write an assignment or sit some kind of test and learn what it was that I had to learn. What I needed to do was to go through each thing and understand it, and I did. And I tell you what, most of what I learned actually was quite outdated. It was no longer a perception that I shared in the world that I'm in. So what I've done is taken the best bits, I've used them on me, so don't worry. First person I did use them on was me. I did not self-destruct, and I did not end up in rehab or under section and committed. Once I knew that I wasn't in any of those situations, I then took all of the aspects, the best aspects that I'd learned and used within myself, and was able to use those with my clients to support them and facilitate them through some very challenging situations and emotional experiences that they've gone through. And you know what? In the years and years that I've done this work, they work. Why? Because my clients have told me so. So, I've got some super tried and tested theories. Well, actually, they're not theories anymore. They're super tried and tested processes that work fantastically. And I would like to share them with you, and I will. I'm going to make lots and lots, hundreds and hundreds of videos like this, and I hope to be able to share all of the really valuable, really useful stuff that I've learned, that I've been able to use, that's made a huge impact on my life and the amazing clients that I've had the pleasure of working with. So we're going to work through this. If you find that this is not for you, then that's absolutely okay. There are many ways to do this. There are many ego states out there, and there are many different approaches that ego states need. If you find this all too annoying, if this doesn't go with you, then that's absolutely okay. We are all so unique that there is not necessarily one approach out there that will work for you in particular. But what I have noticed is that this approach has worked, or these approaches, because I do tailor-make them. So these approaches have worked very well with many clients that I've worked with. So watch it till the end, understand what it is you're looking to do, and then go off and make sure that you can do it. Now, what is the conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind? Now, most of the time, just to understand them on a very basic concept, we would tend to say conscious and unconscious, and we would leave them as the two. But in this particular instance, I want to cover them, all three of them, in a way that you're able to have a look. But most of the time, I'm going to be talking to you from a very conscious or unconscious perspective. That's what I'm going to do. But like I said, I'm going to split them up for you now, just so that you can see what this is all about. So we've got on this amazing little template that I've made for you, we've got unconscious and we've got your conscious. So like I said, I've put the unconscious and subconscious into one for now, and I will explain them in a bit more detail in a moment. So we've got the conscious. Now, the conscious is the things that you are aware of, the access to the immediate short-term memories. So what did I just do a second ago? Literally a second ago. We've got the self-talk. We're conscious of our self-talk. We're conscious, not all the time, let me tell you. We're conscious some of the time of what the voice in our head is saying. We're consciously reasoning. Critically thinking, we're conscious of that. Logically thinking, we're conscious of that. And everything else that you are consciously aware of. So currently I'm aware that there's a window in front of me. I'm aware that I'm looking into my laptop while I'm talking. I'm consciously aware that I'm sitting on a seat and my lower part of my back is tingling a little bit. These are the things I'm conscious of. I'm conscious of the fact that I have black hair. I'm conscious of the fact that my nose sometimes does look way too big for my face. These are the things that I am aware of. Now, the unconscious and subconscious, I've put those two together for now. They actually store your core beliefs. They have your core values. The habits that you unconsciously participate in are in that part of the mind. Your fears. Now, please be aware that most of our fears lay there. Why? Because your unconscious at one point deemed them to be way too difficult for you to face. And so, quite rightly, put them there because either you were too young, or you did not have the support, or you didn't have the tools necessary in order to work with those and face those. Our protective reactions, meaning our default behaviours to the way that we will react to the outside world or even our internal world, they are also stored there. Our creativity, our intuition, hence sometimes people say, I have a gut feeling, and they're not able to logically rationalise this gut feeling. And this is why, because it comes from quite a deep, far away place. The child in us, if we think of the child's state of mind, which I'll cover ego states in a later video, if we think of the child's states of mind, then our children, our free child, our adapted child, our rebellious child, they also reside very nicely in our unconscious mind and come out when they're triggered off to come out. So our shameful experiences, which ties in well with our fears, also reside here, and then everything else that you are unaware of. Now, some of you may have heard of the Johari window. I know that was covered in a workplace training and understanding and awareness program. And the Johari window actually is facilitating us to make the unconscious conscious. You have that split into four, which is things that you're aware of and everybody else is, things that you are aware of and nobody else is, things that others are aware of and you are not, and then things that nobody's aware of. And so the Johari window is facilitating you and supporting you to make the unknown known. And that's coming from this perception that the unknown, when it remains unknown, has a huge impact on our lives that then we are not able to make a change with, because actually it's unknown. And we're not, with the environment that we live in, with the society that we live in, with the pressures, the challenges, the financial issues, the energy, the children, the family, everything else that we have to take care of and be responsible for. With that, it leaves very little energy for us to then start to put that energy towards us, towards understanding how we work, towards giving us what we need in order to feel better. And so what this society actually promotes us to do, and the way this society is put, it promotes us to put ourselves right at the bottom of the heap and to put everything else on top. And that's actually happening more and more and more. And there is nobody really out there that encourages you to do the opposite. And why would they? They're too busy worrying about everything else outside of them. We will cover a lot more of these perceptives, angles and uses in later videos.